Hi, welcome to Community and Business. I'm Abbey Finch, host and owner of Scribespace, an internet marketing consulting firm focused on helping small businesses achieve all their marketing goals. Today on the show, we have two guests of Spa Lady Fitness and Cycle RX Studio in South Orange. We have Alex Hernandez, who's the owner, and we have Lilia Chatonda, who is a top trainer and manager at the studio. So welcome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting us.
Of course. So we're going to talk a little bit about what the challenges are about running a business, and then of course we'll get some fitness tips from you, because that's what everyone really wants to know. So we'll get started. So tell me a little bit about your work history and your background and education and all that.
So I went to school. I went to Montclair State. I went to school for psych. I've been working in gym since I was 12.
Okay.
I started working at the YMCA. Yeah, it's been forever. I started working at the YMCA first in Summit. And then from that, I went to Spa Lady in West Orange. So Spa Lady in West Orange was open for like 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we pretty much just took over that club and moved it to South Orange in 2008. So pretty much just the love for psych was just kind of like, okay, I want to work with people. And then little by little, it just became what I do and what I love.
Right. So I guess you got your personal training certification.
Yes.
First.
So
how did that come about?
So that happened when I was working at the YMCA in Summit. So I started doing babysitting, and then I went from that to fitness orientations, and then right there, it's when I started to become certified. So I got an A certification, and then I got a bunch of different boot camp and kickboxing certifications, and then I went to Spa Lady. I was the assistant manager, and then I was training at the same time. And then throughout 8-9 years that I've been doing this, it's just been different kind of certifications, kickboxing, TRX, boot camp. Every year you kind of have to keep up with them. So it's so many of them.
So many new trends all the time.
It's everything new. So it's been tons of certifications different. I mean, CPR all the time.
Yep.
But little by little, it's just everything.
Yeah. So what is involved in becoming like an instructor or like a kickboxing certification? Do you have to, learn how to teach and
so
become an expert in?
Yeah, so usually those certifications are just a day course.
Okay.
It's all day. It's very, very intense. We go every year.
Mm-hmm.
To AC once a year we go, and it's 3-day certification. So it's usually either a day or 3-day certifications.
Okay.
Most of them, like the personal training certifications, are any time between like 3 or 6 months all the way up to a year certification. So NASM would be the top certification that we have, and that just takes a little longer time, and that's one of the best certifications. So I have A's, I have NASM. Most of my trainers all have A's and NASM certified, but the boot camp and the TRXs are usually just like a day course.
Okay.
And you have to practice. It's a written test.
Really? Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
And they kick your butt for a couple days.
Yes,
and then,
yes.
Then you get to, pass that on to other people.
Yeah.
So Spa Lady in West Orange was open for 35 years. And how did you get started as the owner in South Orange? How long have you been in business there?
So we've been in business in South Orange for 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I just became the owner 2 years ago.
Okay.
My best friend Sue was the owner of Spa Lady, and she bought it from West Orange. And 2 years ago, she got married and moved far away, and then it was just kind of like my opportunity to just stay with it. I've been running it for years, and I love it. It's a lot of work, but it's what I love to do. And, so her change in life kind of just gave me an opportunity to start my new little baby.
Right. So what made you decide to kind of take the risk and venture out into business from psych to personal training to being a business owner? I mean, that's a pretty big leap.
It's
scary.
It's very scary, but it was just kind of like the passion that I've had for the business. Like once I was running it for Sue, she was my best friend, so it's kind of like it was mine. It's been mine for a very long time. Like I treated it as it was mine. I kind of lived everything day by day with her. I worked a lot of hours, not as much as I work now, but I did work a lot of hours with her. So it was always like mine. So it was just the right thing for me to do. I wasn't gonna let her sell it to anyone else. So
Right.
it was just what I love to do and what I kind of saw myself going at. I wanted to go back to school to, which I would go back to school, will go, to do sports psych, just to kind of like mix
Okay.
both of them. But it was the right time and the right opportunity. So
Right.
that's it.
I heard this quote the other day that said, a lot of people miss opportunities because it actually looks like hard work. So when opportunities present themselves, you got to take them,
Yeah.
even if it is hard
A
work,
lot.
because you're going to kick yourself in the end,
Yeah.
What are the behind the scenes kinds of stuff that happens as a business owner that most people don't really know about?
The stress. It's so much. So I've been running the club for years. So a lot of the actual advertising part of it and a lot of the training. So I train, I teach, I do all of the account, and I do even all of the advertising for the club as well. So it's just kind of like, and then the financial part of it, and so it's kind of like the combination of everything.
Right.
So the only really thing that I took over from Sue after she sold it was just the responsibility of like, well, there's got to be enough money that comes in to be able to pay the staff. And so that's kind of like the part where, when I'm in the office freaking out, everybody comes in like, oh my God. That's the behind scenes of like, okay, well, we need to like make sure we get to a certain number. We need to make sure we have a certain amount of training clients.
Right.
So like before, I would make sure that I would do everything to bring the people in, but I didn't have that stress of like, okay, if we don't bring the people in, and then we pretty much can't afford to be here.
Right.
So that's kind of
right.
like the
You have to
behind
pay
the
people's
scenes.
salaries. Yes.
So that's the behind the scenes kind of.
Right.
Little
It's
stress.
the burden. It's the stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some days you're the janitor. Some days you're the CEO. You
Oh
you
yeah,
have to do it all.
no, more the janitor than the CEO. For sure.
So how do you draw in new clients? How do you market yourselves? I mean, you're a women's only gym, right?
Yes.
So how do you get new clients in?
Number one thing is word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
The gym it's not like a big club.
Right.
We're not franchised. We're individually owned. So it's word of mouth, and we kind of pride ourselves on the service that we give the clients. It's like a little family. It's not. It's amazing the way that people feel, and like that feeling that they get from the club is the way that they're going to go and tell their friends and tell their family members, and so it's really the number one thing is word of mouth. So I do a lot of like member referral programs.
Oh, that's great.
But definitely also social media.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a really good time, a really good response from Facebook ads, and
Oh, great.
Google, and a bunch of like social media stuff. Not so great with like Yelp and stuff like that, but just
It's
like,
trial and error.
yeah, it's trial and error. So
Yeah.
a lot of local advertising. We advertise on like the local church. We advertise on the local websites all the time. So a lot of local Facebook. I do a lot of mailers.
Mm-hmm.
So just like stuff that are not as costly, because we've tried big advertising and it just doesn't work.
You don't really need it for a business like yours. You don't need to spend a whole lot of money because you're hyper local. Your clients only come from a certain area.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you don't
so
need
but
to.
we definitely have done some trial and errors, and like we've done stuff that I'm like, oh my God, why did we do that? But definitely word of mouth and social media has been great for us.
The best marketing is offering a product or service that people actually want.
Yeah.
And I think people do appreciate that. I'm a member of like one of those bigger gyms, and there's not that personal feel. It's like you're just another person that walks through the door. I've been through like a few trainers there, and they're just So I really appreciate that take on it.
It's definitely like that's pretty much like we sell ourselves for what we give, and it's it's a family. It's like we want to make sure that you get results. It's like you're not just a number. Like we start you off with a program that starts you with training, with body wraps, with a little bit of everything. And the great thing about the club is that I pretty much work all the packages and deals, and I break it down for people to make it affordable, to make it to actually have them see the results they want to see, because eventually, and we're no contract, so I'm not locking them in for a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way that they're going to actually stay is seeing results, and so that's kind of like what we pride ourselves on.
Awesome. So switching gears a little bit, what are you afraid of as a business owner? Does anything hold you back? Anything keep you up at night?
Money.
Yeah. I mean,
just to be honest.
That's the reality.
That's the reality of it. I mean, it's just, it's the responsibility of having people that actually depend on the business to make money. So it's, you know, every night it's like thinking of new ideas and thinking of new things that I can do, or, you know, like, oh, I forgot to call this person, I forgot to call that person, and like just kind of making sure that that we keep a momentum going of new things and competitions, and, you know, so just the responsibility pretty much of everybody that works for me. We're a team, like, we're not, you know, I want to make sure that everybody has enough clients and it's booked, and so it's pretty much just that, just making sure that there's enough money to run it and just have everybody kind of working and making
money. Yep.
Making money.
Pay the bills.
That's it.
Have you had any big setbacks since you've been the owner, or has it been relatively smooth sailing?
It's been smooth. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of hours. Just kind of like balancing everything. It's kind of like it's been hard to just balance, you know, life and like still work out and still, you know, do everything that I have to do to keep myself the way I have to keep myself. But it's been, you know, I still have Sue part-time that helps. Okay. She trains, and Lilia is there most of the time too. So, you know, it's been smooth, but definitely stressful.
Right.
Yeah. The normal stress.
Right. So would that be like the least favorite part of working for yourself, is the stress? And
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The stress, the responsibility of that, of not the work. I don't mind putting in the work. I have no kids, so it's like, now, you know, that's like my thing now.
It's your baby.
It's my baby, like I said. But it's definitely the amount of time.
What's your favorite part about working for yourself?
The flexibility on time.
Yeah.
You know, like I know I'm there a lot, but if I try to, like, you know, say, you know, if I'm there on a Saturday, I try to take a Sunday off, and the flexibility of the time. And like there's times that I've been able to work from home if I have to do a lot of computer work. So definitely the flexibility of the time. It's a lot, but it's not like I have to be set. I do sometimes. You're
not at a 9 to 5 desk.
Yeah,
no,
more of like a 10 to 10.
Yeah. Any 10 to 10 that you want, though.
Yeah, any 10 to 10. I can pick and choose.
You can pick and choose. Oh, that's great. How do you overcome any challenges that you might face? Do you have like mentors? I mean, I guess Sue would be someone you're still close, to someone you can look up to if you have issues.
She's definitely my mentor, and you know, I always remember the owner of Spa Lady in West Orange. She was great, and you know, I really liked his work ethic, and I really like his work model, and I really just there's a lot that I learned from him. And even when I worked on the Y when I was a kid, like there's certain people in your life that you kind of like, oh my God, I remember, you know, that person that taught me so much, and like they did this way, and even little stuff is like, somebody ran a stuff meeting this way, I want to try to do that. So just like people that I know, and people around town, we have a lot of like we have a good group of business owners that like I get stuff from.
Awesome.
So it's good.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
We're going to take a little break, but we'll be back in a few minutes to talk a little bit more.
Local government, local educational institutions, and local community members all use cable access TV to communicate their message. They depend upon it as an affordable means of outreach. Public educational and government access television empowers local government agencies, individuals, and groups to use the media to speak directly to their constituents in a more direct and cost-effective way. Make sure everyone has a voice. Support your local PEG channels.
Welcome back to Community and Business. This episode we're talking to Alex Hernandez and Lilia Chatonda of Spa Lady Fitness Studio and Cycle RX in South Orange. They're a women's only gym and cycle studio, but the cycle studio is co-ed, right?
Yes, the Cycle RX is the cycling studio and it's co-ed. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I actually did a class last Saturday at the cycle. I'm still sore from that, so thank you, ladies. It's always good to feel the burn. So we're going to talk to Lilia a little bit more about her life as a personal trainer. So how do you balance you staying fit and having to help other people stay fit? Like what's like your number one,
Well, it's a good question because first, when I was a member at the gym first,
Okay.
and then I became a trainer myself. So I was in a better shape when I was a member than now when I'm a trainer.
Right.
And it's different because when you are a member, you're doing it for yourself. And when you're a trainer, it's your job, you're doing it for somebody else.
Right.
But trying to balance between both, it's like a fine line because you're there for somebody else's workout. It's not your own workout.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to do, like, my workout now is more like my classes. I do the classes with the members.
Okay.
Some trainers, they prefer to just stand there and tell you what to do. But I do it so I feel what they feel.
Right.
I like to feel what they're feeling and if I'm exhausted, they must be like beyond exhausted.
Because they don't have to do it 5 days a week.
If I need a break, that means they need a break too. So that's my work. Basically now that's my workout. Also, when you are a trainer, you don't want to go on your day off to a gym.
Right.
You'd rather go somewhere else, eat or shopping or something. But
Right,
it's like
stay in
gym
bed
is
all
like-
day.
yeah, a gym is like the last thing you want to go to. So basically my workout is more like sometimes, and I have some members I train who've been training with me for a long time, and I train with them, do the exercise like together, and that motivate them more and they like it more. And the classes, that's basically it. So I make sure my classes are tip top so I can
Right. So you stay in tip-top shape. You have a horse in the race too. So how do you eat healthy? Do you eat throughout the day?
Of course, yeah. I'm just like any other woman. We all have our weaknesses.
Right.
I always tell my members, okay, what's your weakness? I'm gonna share with you. My weakness is sugar. What's your weakness? Some people is like more carbs. Some people is fat. So everybody is different. And your weakness is usually what your body crave for. It's like what maybe your body needs more. But you can go like all the way extreme. So of course, if you want to eat that cookie, go ahead and eat it. But don't eat the whole pack of cookies.
Right.
Yeah, so if I need a cookie in daytime, I will eat that cookie, maybe 2 max, but I cannot eat the whole pack of cookies.
Right.
Try to balance, like moderation is the key. Try to eat healthy always. And that's it, basically, that's it. There's
simple. It doesn't have to be complicated,
It
right?
has to be simple. If it's too complicated, it becomes like very discouraging.
Right. Do you like working on one-on-one with clients? Does that help keep you on track too?
Not really. Working one-on-one doesn't keep me in track that much like classes. Classes are for my case, for me, because one-on-one is more about that
them.
person. Yeah, that person. You have to focus on their form, about how much they can do, like their performance, their endurance. It's more. It have to be like one-on-one.
Right.
I share sometimes with very few clients, like to work out with them because they have some level of fitness. And also that I like, and sometimes they like it when you work out with them. It's like more fun, more motivation for them. But somebody who is just a beginner or just a new person, you cannot work out with that person. You have to watch them and teach them the right form and see what's their level of fitness. It's more about them.
Right.
Yeah.
How does it feel when clients start seeing results? Does it make you feel good? Do you feel like, do you get happy for them? You feel like emotionally invested, I imagine.
Yeah,
after
sometimes
a while?
I get emotional. Yeah, because you see people, especially some people with a lot of challenges, some people that been sick, some people they've been struggling with their weight their whole life. Young girls in high school, she's been like overweight since when she was young, and then finally she's in tears because she just lost 5 pounds or something, and that's really touched your heart. Yeah.
Yeah, that must be really sweet.
Yeah. Or excuse me. Or
Okay.
sometimes I have like experiences with the little girls. They go to high school and they just want to fit in a nice dress for their prom.
Right.
And they are very happy just to fit in that dress.
Right.
And that's a big thing for them.
Right. And for you to have a part of it.
Of course,
I'm sure it must feel
of course,
really
they're
good.
gonna remember you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Are there any misconceptions about being a personal trainer that you come across as?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think the most common misconception is taking trainers for very superficial.
Okay.
Like it's all about how you look. It's like hanging out with fabulous people or looking fabulous. But it's where for us, at least in our gym, it's more than that. We're not even close to that. I mean, because for us, we're dealing with real women with real issues. And it's not like any top models or celebrities or anything. We just try to help women trying to help other women. Yeah, to overcome like many things. Like I told you, I mentioned that. Like we have cancer survivors. They try to build up their muscle again and their tissues. We have people with physical problems, like somebody who have knee problem. They have. Sometimes it becomes more like physical therapy, not personal training sessions. We have older ladies, and we have older ladies that are our. It's more like the inspiration. Like we have this lady, she's 80 years old, and we call her Mama, all of us, and she inspired me. Yeah, in the class, she takes like all the classes, and she's in great shape. And I say, this is what I want when I'm gonna be 80. That's why I'm doing this. It's not like that supermodel on that magazine.
Right.
It's not that picture. It's more for me that picture.
Right.
80-year-old who can do her sit-ups, her crunches. She can carry herself. She does Zumba. She does kickboxing. All the classes. God bless her. Yeah.
It's about being healthy and motivated and staying on track and discipline. Yeah. And developing good habits. Yeah, I know for me, I had surgery at the end of 2013, and I couldn't work out for a little while. When I got back into it and started, it's such a great feeling, you know? It's such a great feeling. So, I really look up to people like you that help keep people on track and get them back where they want to be. Because really nothing feels good, better than taking care of your body.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Of course.
It spills into every area of your life.
Exactly.
It really does.
Exactly. And you realize that when you get sick. When you get sick, you realize how important your health is, and nothing else matters. Yes. If you can't eat, nobody gonna eat for you.
Right.
If you can, if you cannot walk, nobody gonna walk for you. If you cannot get up by yourself to do the very basic things, like to take a shower, or if you pass out or sometimes in a bathtub at certain age, you're gonna be still able to lift your upper body up.
Right.
That's your upper body strength. So it's
an
all
investment.
about life.
Definitely.
So health comes first.
Awesome. What's your personal favorite workout? What's your favorite class?
My favorite class is our new it's unique. That's why it's and we created that.
Okay.
It was Alex baby, really.
Okay.
And it's the Cycle RX.
Okay.
Because it's a combination of cycling and TRX.
Mm-hmm.
So it's two new things. And our cycling classes too, we use weights on the bike, so you have your upper body workout, also the lower body workout.
Right.
And then so the first 30 minutes is all on the bike, and then the next 30 minutes is all TRX.
Okay.
So
you got, the best
so
of
that's
both
my
worlds.
favorite. It's like the ultimate workout.
Oh, I have to try that. I've tried them both separately. I've done spin and I've done TRX. And
You should.
Both of them are amazing.
Yes.
That's the ultimate
They really
workout.
kick your butt. Totally. So we're talking a little bit about before the show. There's always crazy new exercise trends. There's a new class every year, new workouts all the time. How do you guys stay on top of what's the latest in the workout world?
Of course, you have to be studying all the time, do your research all the time, because things change every day, and we have people discover, in science, you discover new things every day, about how the muscle works, the physiology of the muscle, the different diets, the dieting is a big thing. Every day, I see Dr. Oz, every single day is about weight loss, and every single day is new diet. How much? That's why when people ask me, did you hear about this diet? I said, listen, it's very basic, very simple. It's just diet is diet. Just be moderate. Eat your vegetables, eat clean, drink your water, and you should be fine.
Right.
Nothing extreme.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah, and for the workouts change every day and every year, of course. Like it used to be, just it used to be like the aerobics, then it's the steps. Now the thing that is more in is how to have the ultimate workout, burn maximum, have the best results in the shortest amount of time.
Right.
So
we're all
that's
short
our
on time.
challenge. Yeah, because now it's all about time. Like people don't have enough time to go to the gym or don't have enough time to do things. So it's like our challenge is to burn the max in the very short time.
Right. Well, that's good. I mean, you gotta like have classes be attainable for people. You can't have like 3-hour classes and expect people to go.
No.
People just don't have that kind of time.
Yeah. And that's why also our personal training session is 30 minutes, not a whole hour. So you come 30 minutes, you have an extreme workout, and after the 30 minutes, you shouldn't be able to do anything. Like,
then you go home and sleep.
Yeah.
What's up next for Spa Lady? Any new exciting classes, machines, anything like that, or?
So for Spa Lady, we're definitely thinking about adding some new equipment. I've been looking at a line of equipment designed for women. The equipment that we have now is designed for women, so it's definitely weighted, but it kind of works like a Pilates reformer.
Okay.
So we're looking at a little bit more from that same line. Cycle RX is going to add more classes because we're getting really crowded, so I'm excited about that.
That's awesome.
So we're adding some Sunday classes, some early morning classes. That's in the Cycle RX part, and definitely new bikes for that too. Cycle RX is just, we had another cycling studio and we just changed the name like a year ago.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that too, just kind of combining two, and again, just giving the clients a little bit of every options. And Spa Lady clients always have better deals for Cycle RX, and
Right.
so it kind of all goes hand by hand. So I'm excited about.
And then it's kind of like your unique branding.
Yes.
Like that's your little baby.
That's-
It's Cycle RX. So.
That's kind of like what we want to do with Cycle RX, just like
Oh.
branded, and hopefully in the future Spa Lady too. We're the only Spa Lady left. I think there's one more, very little.
Right.
It used to be a franchise, like one of those big gyms, and
Right.
now it's just two. So I still have some rights for one more, so we can probably expand in the future, hopefully.
Oh, that would
But
be
for
exciting.
now, it's just Cycle RX and Spa Lady.
Right. Oh, well, that's great. What's your favorite class workout?
I love cycling.
Yeah.
I love boot camp too, and
Okay.
kickboxing. I teach a class on Wednesdays. Lilia teaches it on Monday. It's kind of the same style. Same thing, high intensity training, kickboxing, boot camp, all kind of going at the rhythm of the music. So kind of same principle of spinning, which is with the same, you work with a beat.
Right.
But this is a kickboxing class with a beat, and so I love high intensity workout. Same thing, kickboxing is definitely one of my favorites.
Kickboxing is fun. A really good way to get your aggression out. So thank you both for joining me today. It was a lot of fun talking to the both of you. And this has been Community and Business. I'm Abbey Finch, and thanks for joining us.